The trickiest deal, I had a client come to me and he wanted to purchase a home. He told me he'd pulled out equity already and he had money in his offset. So he had 250 plus K. He purchased this property. It came to the day of settlement. He calls me. He goes, Adrian, I actually don't have enough funds for settlement. I was like, what do you mean? You've got 130 in equity, 120 in offset, and the lender approved it. I did a little bit of digging. He was at a previous broker before. Apparently, the previous broker actually took his home loan and split the home loan into two and made one portion his home and the other portion investment equity. So his total loan was 850 and it was split 750 to 100 of investment. And the broker claimed that's equity. That wasn't equity. He just split his home loan. So he'd been making investment interest rate repayments on his actual home loan. So it was split incorrectly. So he thought that money was equity and he left it in his account. So what we had to do is we had to withdraw the purchase. We had to look to refinance him, and where he lives is a very tricky place to get lending in the first place. We had to refinance and pull out equity up to 90%. So we actually had to pay LMI to get out $80,000 of equity. And we lodged that at the same time we redid the purchase loan. So we had two applications going at the same time. The issue was the deal that we had withdrawn was already on his credit report, but it never settled because settlement didn't go through. So that was a problem that we had with the lender we were refinancing and cashing out equity at, because they're saying you're not disclosing this liability, but we're telling them that never settled. Long story short, we got it both approved on the same day. We rebooked in settlement because the equity and the refi were going to settle after. So he was happy to settle on the property because he was getting his equity. He thought it was impossible, and I thought that I didn't have to do something like this ever again. It turned out I had the exact same scenario 1 month later. And that was even more tricky because it's serviced by the skin of his teeth, literally the skin of his teeth.